Hi, I'm Andre and I'm a Black Nerd with a review for you, Black Nerd Reviews. Proud Mary. I'm gonna give you the good, I'm gonna give you the bad, I'm gonna give you the nerdy. And if you're a fan of me reviewing movies, make sure you are subscribed to this channel. Also ring that bell to be notified of future videos. This is the movie starring Taraji P. Henson as Mary. She is an assassin, a hitman, takes people out, pew, 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 but she's ready to give it all up. In the process, she meets this kid because of something that she did around this kid. The kid's an orphan. She's probably the reason why. There's no spoilers of that. You can pretty much guess that. She meets this boy, has a friendship with him, wants to take care of him. However, he's a little bit caught up in some of the things going on with the various crime families. It's gonna lead to a lot of people shooting at her, and it's gonna lead to a lot of people getting shot by her. More of the latter. More of her shooting people than them shooting her. Pew, pew, pew. Hit, hit, hit. This movie has also been getting a lot of talk about it because the studio wasn't talking about it, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Let's get into the movie itself. First, the good. Taraji P. Henson is awesome in this movie, and seeing her as the lead in this, the star in this, and particularly playing this character, an assassin, a role that you would normally see Mark Wahlberg or a Liam Neeson play, which is ironic because he's in a movie this weekend too, doing what he usually does, his Liam Neeson-ness, but instead it went to her. It's really awesome. You can tell this is a passion project of hers or a passion project character of hers, and she brings it, man. What's really awesome about Taraji P. Henson is that she is just so good at all the emotions. Like, she is good at being comedic, she is good at being dramatic, she is good at the action and the badassery. Like, she's just good at all of it, and she can flip on it at a drop of a hat. There's even times in the movie itself where she's all like, I'm joking with the kid, oh now I'm gonna cry about something sad. All right kid, wait right here, pew 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 pew, and then just repeat, repeat, repeat. And that's just amazing. When she is on screen, I'm just like this. I'm just in awe of her presence. I love her so much. And like I said, she meets up with this kid. He's one of the New Edition kids. Remember the New Edition movie that came out on BET? He was one of those kids. Jahi Di'allo Winston. I hope I said your name right. He plays Danny in this movie. He's actually really good in the movie too. There's a good chunk in the beginning of the movie where you're focused on just him and his story a little bit before it leads up to him teaming up with Mary. And that stuff is really good. And also, it kind of hits you in the heart because of what's happening to him in the movie. This is a character that could have easily been just a prop or a simple plot device without much depth put to him, but instead, it's actually well performed. His chemistry with Taraji P. Henson is awesome. Like, those two together were fun to watch. They were comedic together, they were dramatic together. I really enjoyed them. And that was really nice that I could keep my interest invested in the movie when it wasn't gunplay around. But there is a lot of gunplay. There is a lot of shooting in this. I need to emphasize that. Like, some people might be going in this movie thinking John Wick, Atomic Blonde, think there's gonna be a lot of like gun fu and beat 'em up type style, but it's actually a lot more walking in the room with the silencer, pew 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 pew, sneaking around corners and all that kind of stuff, getting people with those one-shot kills, you know, that sort of thing. And again, it's just so cool to see Taraji P. Henson specifically doing this. I was getting like set it off vibes watching this movie. The final act. This is when the all hell breaks loose moment takes place in the movie, when Mary just has to go all out because, you know, she gotta save herself, she gotta save the kid, you know how these things go. And that's when it cranks up. That's when it's just like, oh shoot, she's like sliding, running around, knocking electricity out so it's all dark, so she can do things in the dark, shooting, kicking, throwing people through windows, like all that stuff. Like, this will definitely be the part of the movie when it's over. If you got the right crowd, they're gonna definitely be like, woo! I unfortunately went to an early afternoon screening, so I had a crowd like 5 people, so I was all like, woo, by myself. But I could feel, I could imagine there are some flaws with this movie. Unfortunately, I have to say it. And it hurts to say it because there's so much that's good about it. Taraji is good. The idea of her being this character is good. The idea of this movie is good. But you can tell that there was someone in the writer's room or in the movie making room that was like, let's just go back to our usual tropes about these types of movies and sprinkle them in. The, oh, that's my one last job, I want to get out, we can never let you out. Oh, because something happened, now all the crime families want to get control of territory. It's all here. I'm not gonna fault the movie too much in itself for having that, because like I said, we have seen these tropes in a lot of these types of movies, so I think it'd be unfair to be extra negative to this one doing it when I've seen it in other movies that have done it. but it is there. It has the liar revealed trope, secrets that Mary is hiding about what led to all the events that take place in this movie. All of these secrets and lies come out so that the true action can begin. And once that happens, it's great, but it just takes a little bit of time for it to get there, and I wish it would have gotten there a little bit faster. Because all the stuff that you want to see when it happens is so good, and I just wish the movie didn't rely so much on the tropes and just would have realized what awesomeness they had in Taraji P. Henson being a badass assassin taking people out. It's almost like this movie sometimes is trying too hard to make sense of things when you really don't have to. We just want to see Taraji P. Henson kick ass. Let me just see Taraji P. Henson kick ass, please. That's what I paid my ticket for, and I checked my ticket. It said Proud Mary on the ticket. I looked at it. Make sure they didn't give me no ticket to freaking the post. But the biggest problem I have with this movie has nothing to do with the movie. It has to do with the company that put out the movie. Once again, Sony. They're good with PlayStations, but they're not so good with movies all the time. I know you got your hit with Jumanji, so you're all happy with that right now, so you're thinking you don't have to promote anything else, but it's really weird how this movie does not have that much promotion. They did not show advanced screenings of the movie at all, so that's why you're seeing a lot of reviews come out late for this thing. Like, I usually have to go see the movie as they come out because for some reason I am not seen as a distinguished critic in the critic society. I'm just one of them YouTubers. But anyway, that's another story for personal problems for another time. But yeah, they didn't show this movie early so that critics can talk about it no matter what they were gonna say about it. I don't understand that. Usually the case is if a movie is not shown in advance, it usually means it's really bad. And this movie is not really bad. It could have been a better movie, but there's nothing about it that screams worst movie of the year. So the fact that they didn't show it, I almost feel like it's almost a bit of a detriment to it because they could have used the opportunity to be like, hey, we got this cool movie. It's got Taraji P. Henson. You haven't seen something like this before. Black female lead in an action movie like this. Could have played that up to get enough buzz going to get people to want to go see the movie regardless of how they felt about it after the fact. Y'all had no problem back in 2016 when you had 4 women wearing proton packs. You were all about talking about women-led movies at that point, but all of a sudden now you want to keep quiet? Did Taraji P. Henson need a proton pack in this movie? If Taraji P. Henson was shooting people as a hitman with a proton pack, would you then have promoted the movie? I'm just curious of what the criteria is, Sony. You could definitely promote a bunch of damn emojis for the past year, but for some reason, Proud Mary, too risky. Whatever. And now for the nerdy. I'm losing my mind. The movie definitely has a blend of current present day action films and also that 70s Foxy Brown, Coffee, Pam Grier type of throwback. So that was really cool, especially in the intro. They do this really cool intro that has like the special 70s fonts, transitions and stuff that make it look like it's a cool 70s flick. The soundtrack in this movie is also really nice. Obviously Proud Mary is played, but just the soundtrack definitely makes the vibe of the movie. Danny Glover is here, so he obviously isn't too old for this shit. Still got that raspy voice. Mary, I can't let you leave. Oh, and M. Bison is in this movie. Not video game M. Bison, not Raul Julia M. Bison. Yeah, that M. Bison. Legend of Chun-Li M. Bison. That's right. Yeah, I know he was in Captain America. Oh yeah, he's in Legend of Tomorrow is Cute. He is Street Fighter, Legend of Chun-Li M. Bison. Look, I had to go see that movie in theater, so if I have to remember it, all y'all gonna remember it every chance I get you to remember it. It was an okay film. When you see this type of movie or type of description, you know exactly what you're walking in for. But for everything that could have made this movie super duper duper generic, Taraji P. Henson brings it up to that extra level because she's just such a great on-screen presence. She's a great actress. Her chemistry with the kid is great. She is definitely the thing that holds this movie up. Her presence and her performance and all of that. So good. Do you have any plans on seeing Proud Mary, or if you saw it, what did you think of it? If you're new here, please subscribe to this channel and also ring that bell to be notified of future videos that I make. Be part of that squad by the bell. I got some more reviews coming up. I'm gonna watch a movie about a talking bear and a movie about Hugh Jackman and Zac Efron doing High School Musical in the circus. So if you want to see that, make sure you are subscribed. I love you like a play cousin. I'm Audi 5000.